Was it beautiful? Some might ask. What did she look like? Where did you live? What was your task? But vivid, livid, it was so haunting, it kept appearing as awakening could no longer keep me, and consciousness abandoned me to that same eidolon, as it were the brightest, most non-understandable thing, transparent, being more kaleidoscopic than anything that I'd ever seen, and it never occurred to me what it was. And still, there is no real description to match such but fear and what is here. And it just persistently jolted my entire body as it ate into the senses. Yet it was doomed for that millisecond that I could awake. And it just scoured into the mind a bit further every time, as consciousness was a live or die game of tag, each fragmented parcel of second. And it suction cupped an avalanche of thoughts into an abyss of forgottenness. As it were the time to sleep again, I suddenly remembered its approach. It was merciless, but not as much of a nightmare. It made no sense just being and never leaving. But that was understanding between times too short to measure. And I can assure you that whenever this dream is, it devours all pleasure. And whatever this dream is, it succumbs all pleasure. The elusive illusion, but in attack mode, how such could be is beyond my reasoning. My eyes have been weighted so long that my mind is blind. If you asked, was it beautiful? No, it was not. If you asked, what did she look like? I already described. If you questioned, where did you live? Complete confusion. And task? I still don't know, other than to stay awake. How there is no measurable time or reality in thoughts underneath exhaustion is beyond. Yet it is quite amazing considering what is reality, the study of, metaphysics, is indisputably happening outside of that, and reflected and turned inside out can be comparable to one of those religious visions, as in nobody but a few really has a clue for what's going on. But most everybody are so convinced that they do, yet they don't know what to admit to as true. Then somebody spoke, and they were ridiculed. And down the steep road of time you find that they weren't dreaming. And now you feel unfortunate that you are not either. Don't yield. Do not yield. The perpetual hallucinations take no toll. They just remind you of the toil ahead as you pass. This is just the first realization of several that was counted in and out of a dream. It, like I, still does not count. It is safer not to count sometimes than to be aware. Was it beautiful? Some might ask.